What's going on, Patriot Nation? Thought I'd try that one out, see if you guys liked it or not. I'm always looking for new ways to start my videos. They usually start the same way, usually me rubbing my hands and saying something crazy. But anyways, welcome back to Patriot Specialized, everybody. Thanks for tuning back in today. What I'm going to show you today is the part 2 of delivering this dip tank that we picked up in Wisconsin, going down to Kansas. And man, oh man, I can't recall the last time I have ever been this wore out after pulling one load. So stick around. You're gonna like this one, I think.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, still holds the side.
All right, so we started off in Brooklyn, Iowa. That's where we stayed at last night. Left there at about 6:45 this morning. We got rolling actually about 7 o'clock this morning. Curfew was 6:50. I think we could roll with curfew. So we got rolling out of there right about 7 o'clock, a little bit before 7 o'clock. And man, it was the whole day. It was just fighting trees, fighting wires, fighting traffic, fighting the wind, fighting my fuel mileage. Couldn't put the truck on cruise. It just felt like I dropped an anchor and was pulling an anchor the whole time. Like this poor truck never saw above 5 miles to the gallon, I don't think. So it was just one of them days where the whole dang day, it would just wore me out. And then it was emotionally draining too, because I had set my GPS to the fastest route to get there. And then it seemed like, man, every turn we made on the permit route was the opposite direction of what my GPS was telling me to go. And it was just emotionally draining, because you're like, I want to be there by this time to get unloaded. I want to be there by this time. Okay, I think I can still make it by this time. And then it crushes your dreams, and then you can make it, and then it crushes your dreams. And it was just emotionally, physically, emotionally, it just, I haven't had one wear me out quite as bad as this one in a long time. So, a couple things I wanted to bring up. Obviously, you got to follow your permit route. This particular one, we took an 852 mile run and turned it into 1,115 miles total. That is one of the worst ones I've seen. That was a big jump. But some things I wanted to explain. You're going to hear me. You heard me in the last episode, and you probably won't hear me talk much in this one. But there were some definitions of some things that maybe you didn't understand. And for those of you that don't run Specialized or haven't done this before, and you're watching the channel to learn how to do this, this is probably good information. For those of you that do this already, this you're not gonna learn anything here that you don't already know. But when I was talking in the last episode, and I said I had a pole car. What a pole car is an escort vehicle that their job is to run out in front of you. They have a pole set up on the front of their vehicle, and it's set to a preset height that is higher than your load. Generally, most companies run 5 to 6 inches. They want the pole car to be up. They want their pole up higher than the load, 5 to 6 inches. In my case, we do 6 inches. So he was set 6 inches taller than me. Now he's got a pretty tough job. His job is to run out in front of me, check everything that could possibly be below. So he's weaving back and forth, hitting trees. He's diving to the lowest part of the wires. But also part of that is not only to locate and identify those things for me to be able to avoid them, but he also is somewhat of a traffic control person. Like, his job is to get these vehicles that are coming your way to know that you're there and know that you're doing something weird, like maybe moving over to the other side of the road because you're trying to avoid a tree or a wire or whatever. And so he puts himself in harm's way quite a bit during a trip. And it's not only for you. He's not only doing it for you, but he's also doing it for them, for the motoring public. Part of his job is to make sure that they are aware that you're coming, and don't get themselves in a position where you're going to end up hitting them and have no choice, or they run into you and have no choice. So it's kind of a twofold thing. They work pretty hard out in front. Like those pull cars, they earn their money, generally, especially on a load like this where we had so many back roads and so many wires and so many trees and so many things that he had to go after. So that is what I meant when I said I had a pull car. He's a vehicle that's out in front of me with a pole sticking out in the front of his car, and it detects whether he hits anything. Usually they have a mirror on a dashboard and they can see up and see how far it hits. They can look right in the mirror and see how far up on the pole whatever object hits. They also are generally responsible for the route. Since they're out in front, they need to know what the route is. So they're also somewhat responsible for the route, and that's also can be stressful for them too. They're trying to pay attention, make sure they're making the right turns, and also warning you of things that are going on, warning the public that you're coming, checking things on height. They're very busy in that car. So that is what a pull car does. My pull car on this was extremely good pull car. Very happy, very fortunate for him. I did a great job. The chase car that I was talking about, that is a vehicle that follows you, also an escort, flashing lights, oversized signs. Their job is to let the traffic that's coming from behind you know that you're there, and when you need to move, because you can't see around these loads in your mirrors. So if I need to move lanes, in fact, you may have heard me in the last video, I was talking to the chase car. If I need to move lanes because there's a vehicle on the side of the road that's broke down, or there's a debris, or there's an obstruction or something that I don't want to hit, and I need to move over lanes, I can't see if there's any traffic back there to be able to move over. So I pick up the radio and you get your chase car. They will let you know when the cars are coming. They also warn you when 18-wheelers or semi-trucks are coming by you, when vehicles are coming by you. They earn their money too. Not quite as busy as a pull car generally, but they definitely earn their money too. A good rear escort is worth their weight in gold. So that is what I meant by those two things. I realized when I rewatched the video that I didn't explain that in the video, so I thought it was important to tell you guys. Hope you enjoy this video. This is, man, this one wore me the heck out, like no joke. And you'll see here in a minute, there's us weaving in and out. There's part where we got into this construction zone that we didn't know was there, and the cones were exactly 15 feet apart. So you'll see, I grabbed the shots off both sides of my cameras, and we're kind of cruising down in there. And I'm proud to say that the guy that was in front of me, also pulling the same load I had, going the same place, he knocked a bunch of cones over. He went to the right, knocked a bunch of cones over, and I went to the left. And I kind of weaved my way through and was managed to get through there without hitting any of them. So I'm pretty proud of that, and it's a great video. So I hope you enjoy this video. This is what it looks like when you're running a load that wears you the heck out. think I'm going to come down the other side, man. Run out there to the left and block that traffic from coming this way.
They spin no matter which way you go.
Yeah, but there's that pole leaning out over there. It's not over here, so I don't care about these cones. I'll run them the hell over. That pole worries me, though.
True.
Knocking a single one completely down. It's a parade, like we should be throwing candy. guys. Well, made it on site. Man, this was this is quite the run. Legal routing, legal miles, I should say, was 852. Permit routed, what we actually drove. My escorts get paid. Escorts get paid by actual mileage. So I asked my pull car before he left what was his mileage for the day, or for the 2 days. He said it was 1,115 miles. So 852 miles with this permit route turned into 1,115. Man, every turn today, my GPS was not set for the permit route. It was just set to get here. And it was like every single turn we took was the wrong way from which way my GPS wanted us to go. And every time we turned, it added like 20, 25 minutes every single time. And it was all day long. So what should have been, GPS said I had 6 hours and 35 minutes to get here when I was parked last night. When I rolled out of there this morning, GPS said 6 hours, 35 minutes straight running. It took me every bit of 10 and a half hours to get here. More than 10 and a half. I had 21 minutes left on my logbook when I pulled in on site. Now, they are allowing me to drop trailer on site, but we aren't allowed to park on site, so I'm gonna have to use PC to get from here back down the truck stop. There is a truck stop at 20 miles from here, 25 miles from here, so I am gonna have to use PC to get back down there. Nothing I can do about it. So I did get the trailer drop. Ended up dropping it and stripping it while I was here. So when I come back in the morning, nobody here right now can tell us if they know we're coming. I'm assuming they know we're coming, but we have no idea if anybody's going to be here to unload us tomorrow. This is not the way I like to do business, I can tell you that. The number that I had on my order form, we told a guy that doesn't work here anymore. Guy was helpful, surprisingly. I mean, for somebody who didn't work here, he was awfully helpful. Gave me as much information as I could. Gave me another contact that he thought would be the guy here. That guy also doesn't work here anymore. So communication would be key here, and we had very bad communication on this one. The numbers we got are just not right. So unfortunately, I have no idea. There's another driver here. You saw him in the earlier part of the video. He was the one that we were running with for a while, and we ended up passing him when his escort stopped to get fuel. We ended up going by him, and then he caught back up to us when we got here. He just rolled in a little bit ago. So he's here also. He also had the same number I did. He has made no contact with anybody. There is equipment here to unload with, certainly. They got 2 lulls on the other side and a lull here, so there's absolutely no reason why we couldn't unload tomorrow. But we don't know if anybody's going to be here. Don't know what time they're going to be here. Don't know if they're going to be here. So I'm going to run back down the truck stop tonight. I guess I'm going to try to be back up here about 6:30. He said, the security guard here said that people start showing up about 5:30, 6 o'clock for work. So maybe one of those people, or a couple of them guys are unloading us. I don't know. But I'm going to try to get back up here about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Trying to shake some trees, ruffle some feathers, see if we can get done. But we are on site, got this done. It's been a heck of a trip. Whew, man, I am wore out. No joke, just wore out. This thing, 15,000 pounds this thing weighs. And I never saw 5 miles to the gallon on fuel. This thing is such a giant wind catch, and it was just holding me back the whole time. I was running 3.4, 3.7, 4.2. Never saw above 5 miles to the gallon with 15,000 pounds on the trailer. It felt like I was dragging an anchor the whole time. Like I couldn't even go on cruise. I tried to go on cruise control on the bigger roads, and I couldn't do it because it would just slow me right back down. So I had to stay on the pedal the whole time. This was just, this is one of them runs that it just wears you out. Like you're working for it. So, but good part is we're here on site. Hopefully tomorrow morning everything will go smooth. Trailer's dropped. I'll be back here at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully we'll get empty. I do have a articulating dump truck booked out of Perry, Kansas, about 2 hours from here, 2 hours toward the house. And I called them today, told them what was going on, told them that the universe just absolutely hated me today, and I was probably going to end up unloading in the morning and coming up there. So I'm hoping to be up there between 10 and 11 tomorrow morning. Again, what's going to happen this week? My home time's going to suffer. Nothing I did. I did my job. I was everywhere where I was supposed to be. This permit route just killed me this time, and that's nobody's real fault, like other than the state. But the state doesn't know any better. So it's unfortunate and it sucks. And this weekend I had something planned on Saturday, so hopefully I'll get loaded early enough. I'll get unloaded early, get up there, get loaded early. Hopefully I'll make it home on Saturday soon enough to get to the thing that I promised my grandkids I would do with them. So we'll see what happens. But right now I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna run down to Love's, grab a shower, try to relax a little bit before I got to be back here in the morning. Talk to you all in the next one.